What is up today, YouTube? Back on the lift, we have the 26-inch full build that we've been doing a build series on. Today, we're going to get rid of this factory gas tank. We're going to put on a custom sheet metal gas tank. It's got great lines, great flow. It's a real easy modification for you guys to do. So, get the camera turned around and we'll get to work.
All right, there we are. We got the tank there. First, we're going to start off with getting a couple connectors and a couple hoses out of the way. A lot of guys are going to say to do a complete tank removal, you got to remove the 3/8 nut there, and then up top right down in there, the 5/32 Allen screw. We're not going to do that today. We're going to take this whole tank off as one complete unit. Literally 4 bolts, a couple connectors, and then we'll get to it. So the first thing is, you got this overflow hose. This goes up to the overflow port. There's a hole right in there. So that way if you overfill your gas cap, actually it's on this side. There it is. If you overfill your gas tank at the gas station, goes in that hole right there, out this hose. The hose stays here and drains out down there. This is normally zip tied in, but I've already had this tank off. I just put it back on to do the series for you guys. So the first thing we're going to do is get that hose out of the way. Second thing, disconnect this gray connector right here. That runs a fuel pump. It also gives your ECM, the signal from the fuel sending unit, tell you how much gas you got for your gas gauge. Push in there, pull back, comes off. That's all there is to it. Alright, now see if I can do this without putting a tripod on. This is your vapor vent tube. Underneath of this dash here, there's a big panel. There's a one-way check valve that allows, if the gas tank sits out in the sun, builds up pressure, it allows that excess pressure to build off so it doesn't bubble and burst your gas tank. Just trying to work that rubber hose off there. Here we go. So that's it. We got one last connection to make. Man, that rear end's looking good. Still hasn't been fit, final fitment. Last connection. This is your fuel hose, high pressure. Make sure that you, before you disconnect this, start the bike up, pull the fuel pump fuse out of here and let the fuel drain out. If you don't feel like pulling the fuel pump fuse, you can just disconnect this. What that's going to do is allow the bike to run on the fuel that's in the line. The bike will eventually stall out, and once you do that, you will know that you have no pressure in the system. It's literally a push-pull fitting, very similar to a air hose fitting. So you push up on this collar here, pull down on that, a little bit of gas comes out, not a big deal. All right, we got 4 bolts to take out. Get you guys set up on the tripod. One thing I got to do, remember to tell you, is Harley puts these little beauty bolt covers on the front of the tank. They literally just pop off. So let me get you guys on the tripod, get my tools out, and we'll get to it. Okay, 4 bolts. This tank is ready to come off. Got my half-inch socket on my impact. Zip that off. Sit to the side. Other side, same thing. Try to get you guys in there as best we can. All right. Gotta pop off these 2 bolts here. The whole tank will just lift right off. Double check, make sure all of our lines are disconnected. They are. All 4 bolts are out. Of course, it's almost full of gas. Just set it to the side. All right, let's get the other tank. Drop it on. This is a Paul Yaffe style tank. It's all steel. Installation is simple. It is reverse of removal. Whenever I'm doing a tank installation on a custom bike, or custom tank install I should say, I'm always going to start with my front 2 bolts on either side. I'm going to run those in halfway. Don't want to get it too tight. I just want to locate the tank on the front tabs. Located my rear seat tabs, or rear tank tabs I should say, right in the seat pocket. Switch over to a swivel on my impact to be able to get down into the seat pocket a little bit easier. That piece is on. Put the dash on just for a test fit. You're going to see, get you in here so you can see. This tank does have a little bit of reveal in between the gas tank and the dash. It does come with a rubber gasket. It's also not cinched all the way down, so no real need to metal work this out. You might want to do a little bit of body filler right here where it's super low, but that gasket will eat up a lot of that gap. Not going to bolt this on. It's just coming right back off. This is just mock-up. One thing I do want to show you guys with this tank. We'll go ahead and put the seat on first. Take the seat screw out of the fender. Hold on to that. This seat is a Danny Gray seat. It's specifically made for this tank. Get the tab up in there. Fits a little snug, but that's what you want. Run the seat screw down. You see how nice and tight that fits? It's a little exposed there. We'll do some body work. Maybe have the painter weld a piece of metal in there just to give it a finished look. One thing I don't like about this tank, and I'm going to fix it, I'm going to adjust it, is if you look at how tight that body gap is there, go around to the other side. That body gap there is pretty huge, pretty big. Had almost nothing on the other side, and we got a pretty big gap there. I'll adjust it and fit it off camera. But guys, this is why you do mock-up. You get the pieces before they're painted. You put them on. You make sure they fit. You make any adjustments that you need to make before it gets painted. Mock-up sounds like a waste of money, especially if you're paying somebody else to do it. Why am I paying them to do it twice? You're paying them to do it twice so that way when it's a painted product, you don't get any surprises. You don't have to modify, shape, bend, adjust a painted part. Last thing I want to do is modify a painted part and mess up your brand new couple $1,000 paint job. You can see the dash has a little detail on it. Also got a custom flush fit gas cap. It's going to be black, obviously. Whew, don't mind the mess. So that's it, guys. We got a custom gas tank pulled on there. Like I said, it's very similar to Paul Yaffe Bagger Nation tank. Make a couple adjustments and this thing will be good as gold. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share this video. Man, I can't tell you to comment enough or subscribe enough, because the next video that's going to follow this one is going to be raking the front end. I know that's what everybody wants to see. They want to see that 26-inch wheel going on there. This build doesn't have a name yet. Get in that comment box. Put some name suggestions in there. So, until next time, guys, have fun, ride your motorcycle, above all, stay safe.